It took me 18 years to charge premium prices, and I'm betting there's a part of you that believes in what God has called you to do, and there's a part of you that's ready to charge premium prices. However, there's another part of you that's stopping you, that's not letting you charge premium. What do you think that is? And what do you think that part of you is thinking will happen if you charge premium and follow what God has called you to do and charge for the full value of your work? Hello, visionary, and welcome to the Rooted Soul with Kelsey. And I'd like to share with you a little bit about myself today. It's really kind of crazy. I was a hairstylist for 18 years, and I got stuck in the trap of comparison charging to the person next to me or the person down the street or whatever anyone else was telling me. I didn't want to charge more than the person who had 25 years of experience. Why? Why did I limit myself that way? Why did I cap my profits that way? Because I was looking for external validation. I was looking for a guru, an 8-figure business coach, some kind of blueprint, some kind of script to tell me it was okay, that to give me permission that God had already planted in me. I didn't need permission from anyone else. All I needed to do was uproot all of those limiting beliefs, all of the things, all the hidden root rot that gets stuck in there that suffocates what God planted. All of that was being suffocated. And I took those limiting beliefs, that hidden root rot, I took that with me into my other business, into other areas of my life, because how you do one thing is how you do most everything. And I realized I needed to radically change my identity and my authority if I was going to be able to charge premium. And so I did that through the Holy Spirit and Jesus. I decided to uproot those lies, that hidden root rot that no longer served me. I did not need external validation. I was already validated. I already had every single thing in me to do what God had created me to do. In the Rooted experience, I created a framework where we uproot, rewire, and we root in what God wanted us to have in the beginning, because that's exactly where we start. Because when you root in really deep what God has in there already, you'll bloom, you'll blossom, you'll be able to stand firm in your authority to charge the full value of the work that you do. And what would it look like to do that? It would change everything in your life, not just your finances, but your mentality, your identity, your authority, the power that God has given you and put in you to use the gifts that He has called you to use so you can further the kingdom. Because money in the hands of you and me furthers God's kingdom. It's a healing balm into the world. Don't be afraid to charge premium prices. What is that hidden root rot in your leadership? What is that hidden root rot that's capping your profits, that's putting a ceiling over them, that's causing you to plateau at that 10K month? What would it look like if you 10x'd your prices right now today? How scary is that? I know it's a little bit scary, but it's one of those things that will change and transform your life, not only your life, but the people who you are in business with, the people who come to you, your clients, your employees, all of it. It's a ripple effect. It's a healing balm. When you plant an apple seed, you don't just get one apple, you get a whole tree full of apples. So it's kind of like that. You're uprooting the limiting beliefs and you're getting so rooted in what God has already planted in you so that you can be the apple tree, that you grow. It's all within us. We don't need any more how-tos. We don't need any more scripts and blueprints. It's already in here. All we have to do is uproot what's holding us back. If you're curious on how you can do this for yourself, how you can transform and start charging for the full value of your work, apply to work with me. I'll leave the link down in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you there. I hope and pray that you step in to your premium pricing, and that you step into that identity that God has already created, because you are beautiful, wonderfully made, and you can stand firm in the fact that God has called you to do it and you're fully equipped. You don't need anything else. This is what we do, and I do the same thing. I'll raise my prices when XYZ. I'll raise my prices when the year comes around. No, then you're climbing the ladder. Do you want to continue to climb the ladder? What would it look like if you went ahead and charged right now what you're worth? You don't have to climb the ladder. If you need external permission, this is it. This is it. However, look inside, because that is where the permission lies. You don't need my permission. You don't need anyone else's permission. But I would love to help co-create this experience for you. Be on the journey that the Holy Spirit is doing within you, so that you can further the kingdom with the gifts and talents that God has put in you, because you're a leader, you're a visionary. You can do the thing already. You don't need any more permission.